Good morning, Believe Nation. Today's message is be patient. Over to you, Kevin Durant.
I wake up every morning. Espresso keep me going.
It was kind of tough knowing that sometimes I would work so hard and everybody else, and I wasn't reaping the benefits of it, and I wasn't getting any better as quickly as I wanted to. But I stayed patient, and that was one big thing for me is knowing when to stay patient, that everything's going to come around. And I think that with that patience I gained as a kid, it's helping me in the NBA right now. So. For me, it's just, always working hard and always trying to get better, and knowing that I can get better, knowing that, I'm not there where I want to be yet. So I have a long ways to go.
I think one of the hardest things that entrepreneurs have to go through is you feel like you're able to be up here, you have the taste to be here, you know what looks good at this level, but you're down here. And you don't know how to bridge that gap. And every time you try something, it's just not good enough. It's not to the standards that you want to be producing at. I see this a lot with people who are starting a YouTube channel. They look at somebody else's YouTube channel, maybe they look at mine, or they look at somebody else that they look up to and say, well, I can do that. I can be like that person. I can make a video. I can make it just as good. And then they create it, and either it's not as good or they don't get the results, right? Like they think it's okay, but when they put it up, nobody's commenting, nobody's viewing it, nobody cares about what they've put up. And that sucks. And it really is hard to compare yourself to where you are to somebody else's middle. When I started doing speaking, I would look at guys like Tony Robbins, I look at guys like Les Brown, and I still love Les Brown. I would look at his speeches and say, man, I want to be like that, where I don't be able to speak with that emotion and to that level. And then I would look at what it's producing, like I'm nowhere close. Like I'm nowhere close. And every time I tried to be nowhere close to where Les was at. And that was frustrating. And a lot of people, they quit at that point. A lot of people say, well, I can't be like Les, and so I'm done. Where really what you want to do is just compare yourself to where you were yesterday. Are you better than where you were yesterday? Or if you're consistent, are you better than where you were last week or last month or last year? Because if you continue to hone your craft, you'll get better. It's unfair for me, who is just getting started as a speaker, to compare myself to one of the most legendary speakers of all time. It's a good aspirational goal. Having those people to look up to, it can be helpful, can be a milestone, can be a direction, but it can also be harmful in that you expect to get there too quickly. And when it doesn't quickly match up, when you're not there fast enough, you get frustrated, you get depressed, you get down, you think it's never gonna work. And so it's unfair for me at the start of my career to look at Les Brown, one of the greatest of all time, at the middle/end of his career, where really what I should have been doing is looking at, hey, did I make improvements? And so for your own business, for your own growth, whatever you're trying to learn, whatever you're trying to get better at, I encourage you to look back. Look back on the work you made last week, last month, last year. Is it better now than what you did before? And if you continue to hone your craft, you continue to beat on it, you continue to get better and better and better, you continue to put more effort in, your work will improve, and eventually you will close that gap. So the question today is, are you patient enough with your growth and development? I'm curious to find out. Leave it in the comments below and I will join the discussion. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Continue to believe, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning for another shot of espresso.
I wake up every morning.